Welcome back to this second hip opening flow on my channel. Come to take a seat on your mat, maybe on a cushion or a bolster, or maybe just on the floor. We're going to take a couple of deep breaths to just shake off anything from our day. So place one hand on your belly, and then take an inhale through your nose, really expand the belly. And then exhale, breathe slowly out through the nose and feel your belly naturally contract. Take an inhale through the nose, expanding the belly. Exhale through the nose, let it contract. One more time. Inhale through the nose, expand the belly. Exhale through the nose, all the way out. Remove your cushion or your bolster and come to an all fours position on your mat. Hands underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips. Shift your weight all the way backwards and forwards into the wrists just to warm them up. Sinking the hips down to the heels and then shifting the weight forwards over your wrists. Take the fingertips out facing the side of the mat and just gently rock from side to side to warm them up in another direction. And come back to all fours and take the left leg up to 90 degrees, bending the knee. Take the knee all the way out to the left side, back down to the bottom, and then back up in a big circle, out to the side, down to the bottom, and then back up. Keep the knee as far out as you can. And then change the direction, so take it out to the side, all the way back up and down. All the way out and back up and down. Keeping with the rest of your body really still, just moving the hip and the leg. Then come back to your neutral tabletop and switch legs, taking the right leg up to 90 degrees. Take your knee out to the side, down to the floor, and then back up. All around to the side, down, and back up. One more circle in this direction. And then switch directions, taking it out to the side and back up, and then down. Side, facing up, and then down. Then one more big circle, and come back to your neutral tabletop position. Taking some cat-cows now when you're ready. Inhale to drop the belly and look up towards the ceiling. Exhale to round the back all the way and look down to your belly. Inhale, drop the belly, look up to the ceiling, push through the hands. Exhale, rounding the back and push into the shoulders. Drop the belly, look up, spread the fingers. And round the back all the way, looking down to the navel. Inhale to drop the belly, look all the way up. Exhale, come back to neutral, tucking the toes under and sending the hips back to your downward facing dog. Pedal through the knees here, or maybe bounce through the shoulders, depending on what you feel like you need today. Maybe your hamstrings need a little bit of warming up, or maybe your shoulders are a little bit tight. When you're ready, bend the knees, look forward, and step all the way to the front of the mat, coming up to a forward fold. Bounce through here in your ragdoll position, just to loosen up the body a little bit more. Fingertips to floor if you can. Then when you're ready, really slowly roll all the way back up to your standing position. Head is the last thing that comes up, roll your shoulders back. Tucking your tailbone in and down. Then take your palms together, reach high. Exhale, fold all the way down to the floor, palms to floor if you can. Inhale to come up with a flat back. Exhale, palms down and step back to plank. Knees down, chest and chin all the way to the floor, and then come up for your baby cobra. Elbows bent, then send the hips back on the exhale for your downward facing dog. Maybe your knees are bent here, or maybe they're straight. Focus on your straight spine. Take one more deep breath in this position. Inhale to bend the knees, look forward. Step or jump to the front of the mat, coming up to a halfway lift. Flat back. Exhale, palms to floor, forward fold. Inhale, roll all the way up, arms straight and up. Exhale, bring them down to your side-footed asana. Take an inhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms, chair pose. Exhale, fold all the way down to the floor, palms to floor. Inhale to come up to a halfway lift with a flat back. Exhale, palms down, step back to high plank. Bend the knees, drop the chest and the chin to the floor. Inhale to come up, maybe full cobra. Exhale, send the hips back for down dog. Inhale to bring the right knee in, plant the right foot between the palms, come up to high lunge. Exhale, palms to floor, take it back to high plank. Full chaturanga maybe, up to upward facing dog, and then back to your down dog. Left leg into your chest, plant the foot between the palms, come up to high lunge. Exhale, palms to floor. Step back to plank and lower for chaturanga. Knees off, thighs off if you can, up dog. Then exhale, send it back to downward facing dog. Stay here for a few deep breaths just to recuperate and reset. Maybe you can straighten your knees a little bit more here now. Really spread the fingers and press the palms into the floor. When you're ready, bend the knees, look forward. Step or jump to a halfway lift with a flat back. Exhale, palms to floor. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms, chair pose. Exhale to Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale to bend the knees, sweep the arms, chair pose. Exhale, fold all the way down to the floor, forward fold. Inhale to come up to a halfway lift. Exhale, step your right leg all the way back to a low lunge. Wiggle your left foot outside to take to lizard pose. Hands on the inside of the left foot and rock back and forward. Opening up the hip. Inhale to take the left arm all the way up and round. Exhale, dropping the hip down. Inhale to come back up. Palms planted on the floor, back to your lizard pose. Drop the right knee down to the floor, untuck the toes. Then place your left hand on your left knee, taking it out wide to the side and leaning back. Inhale to bring it back, framing the front foot. Then come all the way up to your low lunge. Bring your back leg in and use your right hand to grab the right foot. sink the hips down deeper for a nice quad and hip flexor stretch. If you need to ease off, come slightly upright. Release your foot, framing the front foot, and then coming all the way up to your warrior two. Your right foot at 90 degrees and your left leg bent. Arms in one straight line and look forward towards the fingertips. Make sure that you can see your left big toes here, taking the knee out wider if you need to. Take an inhale to straighten the left leg. Exhale, shift the weight forward, dropping the left arm down to the floor, right arm overhead for your triangle pose. Fingertips to floor, or maybe they're up a bit higher. Switch on your obliques here, squeeze your core. Inhale to come back up and reverse the warrior, taking the right arm back. Exhale, windmill the arms, frame the front foot and step back to high plank. Take it through a vinyasa, all the way up to up dog, and then send the hips all the way back to down dog. Then bring your right knee into your chest, plant the right foot to the floor. Then wiggle the right foot out to the side, rocking forward and backwards in your lizard pose. Raise your right arm all the way up. Take it all the way round, dropping the hips down to the mat. And then take the inhale to lift the arm all the way back up, coming back to your lizard pose. Drop the left knee down, and then use your right hand to take your right knee out wide and lean all the way back to the left side. Let the right foot come off the mat slightly to lean a little bit further. Bring it back to center and wiggle the right foot back to center. Come upright and then sink the hips down into your low lunge. Taking the left foot into the left hand, feeling a nice quad stretch. Press the foot into the hand and the hand into the foot. Release the foot here, tuck the back toes and come all the way back up to your warrior two. Bending the right knee and the left foot at 90 degrees. Gaze forward and sink your hips down deeper. Inhale to straighten the right leg, and then exhale, shift the weight forward, dropping the right arm all the way to the floor, left arm overhead in your triangle pose. Squeeze your core here and really feel your obliques lengthen. Fingertips off the floor if you can, resting on the leg. Inhale to come all the way back up, taking it all the way back and reversing the warrior. Exhale, windmill the arms all the way back to the floor, step the right leg back. Take it through chaturanga and up dog with your thighs off. Exhale, send the hips back for downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward, step or jump to a halfway lift. Exhale, hands down to floor, forward fold. Inhale to bend the knees, sweep the arms, chair pose. Exhale, come up to your Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale to bring up the right knee to 90 degrees. Taking some hip circles, taking it all the way back, round and back to center. Taking the knee all the way back, round to the right and back to center. One more time in this direction. And then change direction, so take the right knee out to the side, back, and then back up to center. All the way round, back, and up to center. Take it one more time in this direction. And then step the right knee all the way back, big step back to high lunge. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, cactus the arms all the way out to the side, opening the chest. Come all the way back up, and then take it out to a warrior two. Taking your left foot forward and your right foot at 90 degrees. Inhale to straighten the left leg and clasp the hands back behind you. Take the left leg out slightly wider. Exhale, drop the chest in the inside of the left leg for your humble warrior. Use this as a really nice shoulder stretch. And maybe sink your hips down deeper if there's space. Inhale to come all the way back up. And reverse the warrior, taking the left arm all the way back. Exhale, windmill the arms back down to the floor. And take the right knee to the floor. Send the hips all the way back to your half splits. Your left leg is outstretched in front of you and your hands on your hips. You want to feel a nice stretch on the hamstring. Maybe you need to take your fingertips to the floor. Flexing the toes. Then bend up the left knee and come all the way to your low lunge. Maybe your fingertips to the floor, or maybe they come up onto your knee. Sink into your low lunge a bit deeper. Take it all the way back to half splits, flexing the left toes. Maybe you want to reach the fingertips forward this time, and maybe you take the right heel off. Inhale to shift the weight all the way forwards back to your low lunge. Maybe come up higher or hands on the floor. Place your hands on the floor, tuck the back toes and step all the way back to your high plank. Lower down for chaturanga and then through for up dog. Exhale, send the hips back for downward facing dog. Inhale to look forward, bend the knees. Step or jump the feet to the outside of the hands, coming down to a yogi squat. You might be up higher, or maybe your hips are sinking down to the floor. Use your elbows to push your knees out wider. And try and focus on getting a straight spine here, even if that means that you come up higher. Place the hands down to the floor and come all the way up, taking the toes back in to a forward fold. Roll slowly, vertebrate by vertebrate, all the way to the top. Bring your left leg up to 90 degrees for some hip circles, taking the knee all the way out to the left, towards the back, and then back up to center. Take the knee all the way to the left, back, and center. One more time in that direction, keeping your gaze on a focal point. Change the direction, sending the knee all the way back, round to the side and then back up to center. Send it back behind you, out to the left side, and then back to center. One more time, taking it to the back, all the way around to the left, and then back to center. Take a big step back with your left leg to high lunge, arms overhead, and then exhale to cactus the arms out to the side, really opening the chest up here. Inhale to come back to high lunge, and then exhale, take it out to your warrior two, with your right knee bent and your left leg at 90 degrees. Inhale to straighten and clasp the hands back behind the back. Take the right knee out to the side and then exhale to drop the chest inside of the right leg for your humble warrior. Pull the shoulders back to stretch out the front of the shoulders here and send the crown of your head towards the floor. Inhale to bring yourself all the way back up. Unclasp the hands and take the right arm back behind you to reverse the warrior. Exhale, windmill the arms all the way down to the floor, dropping the left knee to the floor. Send the hips all the way back, coming up to your half splits. Flex the right toes and place the hands on the hips. Maybe you want to take the chest down a little bit further, keeping a flat back. Or maybe take the fingertips down to the floor. The back heel can be down or it can be flexed. And sink your hips down as far as feels comfortable. And then on the next inhale, shift it all the way forwards to your low lunge. Hands on the knees, chest up, or maybe your fingertips down to the floor. Sink the hips down a little deeper here if you can. And then take it all the way back to your half splits again. Flexing the right toes, sinking all the way down to the heel. Maybe fingertips stretched out in front of you. Just make sure you can feel a hamstring stretch wherever you are. Inhale, bend the right knee, take it back to a low lunge. Then exhale, plant the palms to the floor, tuck the back toes under and take it through a chaturanga, all the way forward to an upward facing dog, thighs off. Exhale, send the hips back for downward facing dog. Then when you're ready, we're going to bend up the knees. Step or jump to the front of the mat, feet outside of the hands, taking it to a yogi squat. Maybe your hips are up a bit higher, and maybe your heels are off the floor. That's completely normal. Chest forward and proud. And then plant the palms to the floor, bringing the feet slightly inwards and coming to a forward fold. Slowly roll all the way back up to your standing position. Inhale to bend up the left knee and take a big step back so you face the side of the mat. toes out to the side, bend up the knees. Place the hands on the thighs and then drop one shoulder down into the middle, twisting to the other side. Drop the other shoulder down to the middle and then back up. In your own time, just drop your shoulders down to the middle, opening up the spine. Maybe continue there, or come all the way back up and rock gently from side to side, opening up the hips. Go with whichever option you feel like you need to today. Then inhale to come back up and turn the feet to face forwards. Bring the hands behind the back and leaning back. Exhale, fold all the way down to the floor. Send the crown of your head towards the floor. And shift the weight into your toes, taking it slightly more forwards. When you're ready, take the palms all the way down to the floor, coming up to halfway. And then walk your hands all the way round to frame the right foot. Step all the way back to your downward facing dog. And then send the right leg all the way up to the sky. Open up the hip, stacking the right hip on top of the left. And then bring your right knee into your chest, all the way across in front of you for your pigeon. Send the left leg a little bit further back and just wiggle into the pose if you need to. Come up onto your fingertips, ensuring the right foot is flexed. Maybe you want to come all the way down, fingertips to floor or elbows to the floor. Or maybe your forehead. If you can't feel a stretch here, then take your left leg slightly further back. Make sure you've got no knee pain. And just breathe into the stretch a little bit more. Inhale to gently come all the way out of the pose and back up to your fingertips. Tuck the back toes under and send the right leg all the way back to down dog. Take a pedal. And then when you're ready, send the left leg up high, bending up the left knee and opening up the hip. Pull the left knee into your chest, taking your shin all the way across for pigeon on the other side. Come up onto your fingertips, making sure the left foot's flexed. And then walk your hands coming down to your elbows, or maybe down to your forehead. Wherever you are, take a deep inhale through your nose. And then exhale slowly through the nose. When you're ready, come all the way back up onto your fingertips, tucking the back toes and stepping back to down dog. Look forward and bend up the knees, coming to your seated position. We're going to extend the legs out in front of us, bending up the right knee, and place the foot on your left inner thigh. Inhale to reach up skywards. And exhale, fold all the way down towards the left leg. Maybe you're up higher, or maybe you can reach towards the feet, or maybe you can wrap your hands around your foot. Don't force anything, just go to wherever feels comfortable. Gently roll yourself back up and switch legs, taking the right one out to the side and bending up the left leg. Inhale to reach up skywards, and then exhale, fold as far as you can towards the right leg. Maybe grabbing the toes, maybe sending your chest towards your thighs. Take an inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose to fall deeper into the stretch. Slowly come all the way back up to center and extend both legs out in front of you. Roll slowly all the way down. Bring your knees into your chest. Rock from side to side. And then take them all the way over to the right side. Looking towards the left and taking the left arm at a right angle. Bring your knees back to center and then take them over to the left side. Looking towards the right and having the right arm in a right angle. Bring both of your knees back to center, giving yourself a nice big squeeze. Hug your knees into your chest really tight. And then exhale, extend everything all the way out for your Shavasana. Maybe your legs are out extended in front of you, or maybe you want to bring the soles of your feet together if that's more comfortable. Let the hips just sink all the way down. Take a big inhale through your nose. Open the mouth and exhale, sigh out through the mouth. 2 more of those. Inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale through the mouth. Once more. Inhale through the nose. Open the mouth and sigh the breath out. Fully relax all the way back. Releasing the jaw and releasing any final tension that you feel in your body. Gently bring some awareness back to your body. Wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Maybe take your head from side to side. And then gently roll onto your preferred side and take a nice deep breath there, using your arm as a pillow. Take an inhale through the nose and then exhale all the way out through the nose. Gently make your way all the way back up to your seated position. Closing the eyes and just taking a moment to notice how you feel. All feelings are valid, but just observe. Then when you're ready, take your palms to heart center. And then all the way up, thumbs to forehead. Namaste. Thank you for joining today. I hope you enjoyed the class and I'll see you in my next video.